guys, Friday edition of Martaverse. So we're just here today to quickly check out what happened during the week since last time I streamed, and basically just see if there's other requests that guys have. I may have one or two that I really want to check, especially my ADA trade, and then see what else is happening around. So yeah, stay tuned and let's check on Bitcoin first and then carry on with all the other alts that are requested today. So it is interesting to see that Bitcoin basically fell out of this channel, and then it is just tracing right at the edge of it, and it is basically following that outer line of the channel. When we zoom in, just to see on the hourly, we can see that actually, yeah. Without this indicator, because I like this indicator for the trends and for the strength, but it's been in this kind of a chop. This actually line is a fib, so that's just below the golden pocket, where we took this high and like the recent lowest low of the range at around 580, and just to the recent low. So we could potentially, like, we could just move it up to this low, but it's pretty much very much the same. There isn't much of a change because these are just little deviations over the highest point. So we've obviously we've broken below the golden pocket of that range anyway, and the mid-range here, but you can see anyway how, yeah, like if we were to, this line anyway here was our support around 20,800 of the range anyway, and it's just been in the chop, a choppy chop. That's not to say that it didn't give alts some time to react, so we're going to have a look now in a minute at those. I'll probably just wrap up the Bitcoin here. Like I said, over the weekend, because it is an hourly chart, and we can see that chop here. I'm just going to put on the EMAs just to see what this is looking like with a more bit detail. Guys, I have my mic in the worst spot and it's just taking up my view of the screen. So going on with the trader's reality, I use this indicator a lot. You can see where the 50 is and how, you know, how tightly it's basically whirling around this indicator, around this line here, the blue line here. It's still printing higher lows of that range. It'd be really interesting to see obviously how this pans out over the weekend. And sometimes actually I was very tempted last weekend to break my rule of not trading during the weekend, but I really wanted to do it because recently weekends actually have been very good for like just scalping the ranges, but I just got so busy with like family and stuff, and the weather was nice, I never did. But that's not to say I'm not going to break this rule this weekend. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, in general, I don't know really what to expect over the weekend, but it will be just a game of, like, you know, A to B, B to C, maybe quick invalidations. Maybe we'll come back down. Like, I mean, look at this, like it is printing higher lows. It is just obviously how you manage your risk and position sizing, and I'll actually show you just in a minute on the ADA trade how it basically, you think when you enter your trade you have the conviction it's going your way, or it isn't, and how funky and funny trading can be, and you can't always just bet on everything and be certain it's going to happen. That's not what trading is. It's just taking risks and managing this risk. So yeah, just kind of choppy chop. Let's leave Bitcoin for the minute. I mean, I still have that zone. Like this is obviously would be 22,800 if we move up, if we go above the 200 EMA and 800 EMA, and then we have that vector candle here to take. If we get rid of these and just go by the alpha trend, it actually just that chop alone, like, you know, it isn't looking too bad in terms of more upside, but it is typical, you know, stop hunt where it's just getting tighter and tighter, and people are committing to longs and shorts. This reversal isn't really confirmed. We have the red candles, so we could potentially come down here lower again, just stay in the chop, and then maybe just wick down and then go up higher, or just basically completely roll lower. But at the minute, indicators are showing me a little bit more down, just more correction anyway. It is very, very boring and frustrating range again, just since we dropped down to this point. Nothing exciting. However, like I said, there are some definitely coins out there that have taken advantage of it. The only reason I want to show you ADA is because I took that trade and I shared the setup. So it is, I think this is the chart I had. Yep. Right, so real quickly on ADA, if you followed my notifications, because I have my Telegram group where I just add only most important updates on crypto. I know how Twitter can be, how I actually moved this line few times because that range was kind of getting tighter and tighter here, tighter and tighter here, and now, you know, I mean, that's the thing with the lines, you can just basically move them. It is still you know, it's still proving the point that, you know, this was printing higher lows in this range. I've had just basically been following the trade, this indicator, the trading alpha. I like how, you know, it was all green, how tighter was getting, all the other like confluences with it. I entered, but it was last night, I think around this time, 25th, I think it was just remember now around what time. I think it was this week that kicked me out of my long, and I never entered, and it's just typical because look at that. So I'm just saying, it obviously I knew I had my risk and to reward ratio there. I should have probably had a little bit wider stop loss. But I can't remember. It was only about 5 or 7% that I lost on that trade, which is within my risk management range. So yeah, I got kicked out of that, and what do you know? Next thing is you're seeing this, and I woke up this morning. I was like, it's just typical, but that's what trading is, guys. Anybody who got in, and like I said, even going into this with spot or low leverage, or, you know, for just a day trade, I wouldn't be surprised. First of all, obviously, this is the first target you would have been TPing here if you're doing a higher leverage here, just around this zone where it touches, because sometimes it does that. It just wakes up to this point, grabs a small bit of liquidity, rejects. So it kind of went to nearly a mid-range of this box. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually pushes up over the weekend, if Bitcoin just keeps on chopping and there's more attention on alts, and dominance is just moved away. So also actually this indicator, it has this cool suit that when you see those shaded zones, it gives you like this nearly another conviction that there is a move that is going to happen soon, that's either a squeeze to the upside or the downside. So I've been seeing, you know, enough confluences for me to think it is going to go up because of the green arrows, green dots, green candles, and the squeeze. So it had everything for me to stay in it, but yeah, my stop loss hit. So that's pretty much it. If you're still in it, it would have been wise to take something off the table around here and move your stop loss to break even. And then obviously see how this plays out going forward over the weekend. I'm not entering anything at the minute. I'm busy with you guys. I'll see how my day goes. You need to basically be on charts constantly if you're trading like this. If you are a scalper, you have to, you know, spend more time staring at those charts than I have at the minute. If I have another trade coming up, obviously I'll update as well and post that. So that's from me about Bitcoin and ADA.